Right, Peter Badel made a clinical performance from Nikita Tszyu tonight, mate. How did you assess Nikita tonight?
Oh, look, that was a masterclass. It was the greatest performance of his career. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And I've got to say, he's gone up to a level or two that I wasn't sure he'd ever reach when he started out in his journey. But his progression from where he was after 3, 4, 5, 6 fights to where he is now after 13, 12 when you take out the no contest is just remarkable, and a real testament to his whole team, not only Nikita, but as he mentioned, his team in the ring. Obviously Igor, his trainer and uncle, Glenn Jennings. I mean, they've done a fantastic job, and Nikita's he's on the rise. He's got more. He'll need to find another gear to win a world title, but once upon a time, we probably didn't think he'd ever be international class, but I think he's the real deal now. I think he's definitely now banging down the door for a world title shot.
Mate, a little bit of controversy there before the end of the round. How did you see that moment there, Pete?
Oh, look, there's a bit of hysteria, but I don't agree with it. Look, at the end of the day, Nikita apologised. It wasn't ideal. I mean, there were a few shots to the head while he was on the canvas, but at the end of the day, look, he apologised. He got a talking to from the ref, and I just think it was much ado about nothing at the end of the day. It doesn't change the result. Diaz was going down anyway. He was well beaten. He was getting pummeled, and Nikita would have won regardless. So look, maybe you could say, was it a cheap shot? Potentially, but at the end of the day, I don't see too much of a drama with it. It's not in the spirit of boxing, but Nikita acknowledged that, and he was the much better fighter. Outstanding performance, and let's hope he can go on to bigger and better things.
Had he stayed down though, Diaz, all hell could have broken loose. That could have been a DQ, perhaps.
Yeah,
when he had taken a knee and got hit up.
That's a good point you make. I mean, absolutely. I mean, had there been a bit more gamesmanship, they could have potentially played on that and got a DQ. But I'm glad that Diaz didn't, because he was outgunned, he was outclassed, and look, I've got to give him credit. I think we should all acknowledge he was so brave. Diaz, he was fantastic. I mean, his chin, some of the shots he took, I thought he was going to be gone after 2 or 3 rounds. So to get through 6 with some of the punishment that he absorbed was quite amazing, really, and showed that he warranted the world ranking that he had at number 15 with the WBO. So, but look, ultimately, Nikita, I just loved how complete he was tonight. I mean, we've always talked about fight construction with Nikita. We knew he had the power, we knew he had that recklessness, and we knew he almost had that savagery, but what he showed tonight was poise, patience, and control in key moments when it mattered, even in combat zone moments. Sometimes it was the punch that he didn't throw that was impressive. I thought he held his nerve really well at times. So look, great performance, and really they should be really excited about what they can do. No Limit could have another world champion on their hands one day.
Saw a Keith Thurman fight, perhaps, mate. Tony Harrison, Josh Kelly's out there as well. Yeah. What are you hearing about what could be next for Nikita Tszyu?
Well, I'd heard that Thurman and Harrison were options, and based on that performance, I mean, you'd like to think that Keith Thurman at age 37, I mean, he's a great salesman, great generational fighter, but maybe on the way now after that loss to Fundora and the savage beating he took. So maybe Nikita gets him at the right time. And often, as we know in boxing, it's all about crossroads fights and matchmaking fights at the right time, and maybe sometimes getting great fighters when they're on the wane. And maybe this is the right time for Nikita to test himself against the Thurman or Harrison, even super bad at age 35. Maybe he isn't what he was. So look, what it has showed me though, Macca, is that Nikita is now not just a domestic slugger, he's an international contender, and I believe he probably beats anyone in that number sort of 10 to number 5 world ranking. But it's then the next true elite, the Fundoras, Zayas, Ortiz, Boots Ennis. How would he go against those guys? I don't think he's ready for that level yet, but in 2 or 3 fights he may be.
Parro next, mate. Liam Parro next.
Liam Parro, yeah. Look, I can't wait. I mean, it's a great fight. I think Lewis Crocker. I was talking to Liam before. I was on the commentary with him, and he's more confident against Crocker than he would have been against Donovan. He felt Paddy Donovan was a more dangerous fight, and I tend to agree. I think Donovan technically is a better fighter than Crocker, but Crocker does have a savage left hand and he's tough. So, but I think Liam Parro is probably one of our most cerebral fighters. I think he's technically one of our most superior fighters. So I believe he's got the skill set in the arsenal to handle the power of Crocker. We always wondered how Parro would go from 140 to 147. He looked a bit shaky at times against Parro, but he did have that eye injury. But I believe that Liam could make history, or at least join Jeff Fennick in the history books. We've only got one Aussie at the moment that's won multiple world titles in 2 divisions or more. And Liam Parro could join Jeff Fennick, and what a statement that would be. He'd be right up there in the pantheon of Australian boxing greats.
Nice one, Pete. Another fight week down, mate. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, bring on the next world title fight, Macca.
Let's go, mate.